Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Jonecas and welcome to my monthly game pickups video for the months of August and September. So I was meant to do one of these the previous month, but unfortunately I didn't really pick up that many games. I actually only picked up 2 games and only one of them was physical. So I feel like it wouldn't have made for that much of an interesting video. So I decided ultimately what I'll be doing is if I really don't pick up a lot of games in a certain month, then I will go ahead and just wait for the next month and just pile everything up together. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. So this is pretty much for both months, and I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my August games. So starting off the list, we have over here Origami. Okay, so this I kind of bought impulsively, and I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys, a lot of the times when I do buy video games, most of the time it's kind of impulse buy. I don't really know much about the game, but I did see like a trailer for it and it looked pretty interesting. It was kind of like a little stealth game, which kind of intrigued me, and also the fact that a sequel was coming out for it fairly soon, which also, I mean, it came out during September, so I did actually pick that up, a little spoiler for later. So I do have both games. That was Origami 1 that I got back in August, and yeah, besides that, I really don't know much else about the game. You do play like this cool hooded guy with like a red hood, which I think is pretty neat. He looks really cool. I also like the art style of the cover too. That's one thing that really captivates me whenever I get like boxes, boxed games, is the box art. I just think this looks really freaking cool. So that was the only physical game that I got for August, and other than that, I did get a digital game, which is Summer of 58 by Emeka Games, and I actually have that recorded, so that is actually going to be coming pretty soon on my channel. For those of you who don't know, I do Let's Play games on my channel, especially horror games. It's like my passion, and Summer of 58 was a game that I recorded quite a while back, but I haven't gotten to edit it yet, so it's actually going to be coming out pretty soon on the channel. If you guys are interested in that sort of stuff, then please do subscribe and you'll be notified when it does come out. But I gotta say, Summer 58 overall has been a real blast to play through. I have played through the other 2 games that Emeka Games have made, which are both Locked Up and Find Yourself, which both of them you can find on my channel. I gotta say though, between the 3, Summer 58 definitely feels the most polished, especially when it comes to pacing. I feel like all 3 of them are like jump scare heavy games, whereas like Locked Up and Find Yourself, the jump scares happen very early on, like within the first 5 minutes. It takes a little bit for it to actually happen in Summer 58, which I definitely appreciated, because overall I feel like Locked Up and Find Yourself, despite being pretty decent games, they kind of lost their scare factor when the developers just kind of put scares after scares on top of each other. As you just keep playing the game, it's just scares after scares non-stop. So with Summer 58, they kind of fleshed it out a little bit, which I really did like. And that is actually the games for August. So now we're going to go into September games, which I did get a lot. So we're going to go ahead and start off the list with Sonic Colors Ultimate. I have never played the original Sonic Colors on the Wii. But I did hear that this, along with Sonic Generations, I believe it's called, are 2 of the best 3D Sonic games. I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I don't really play Sonic games like that. I've only ever played the original Genesis Sonic game and Sonic Heroes on the GameCube, or was it the Xbox? It was one of those. And that's pretty much it. That's the extent that I have knowledge of Sonic. So it's gonna be pretty cool to play through this one, because I did hear a lot of good things about this one. A lot of people recommend it and also say it's like one of the best 3D Sonic games. I also have Sonic Mania. That wasn't like a pickup in any of these months, by the way. That was like a while back I picked it up, I think like last year. I haven't played it yet though, but I gotta say, Sonic Colors, I'm really glad that I did get this one, because again, heard a lot of good things about this, so whenever I do get around to playing it, I definitely want to give it a shot and see how I feel about the game. Alright, so next up on this list is going to be Song of Horror. So this is actually an import from Play Asia. As you can see, it has hiragana characters all over the box. So it's not, you know, and also you can see kind of like from the rating, it's not ESRB. So I have no idea what that means, I guess mature. So yeah, Song of Horror. I, again, don't know anything about this game, but I have heard a lot of good things about it. And I am actually very interested to play this on the channel. I don't know when, but at some point this definitely will be something that I would like to play. Kind of looks like it's a bit of a 3D. I think it's 3D, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like both first person and third person horror games, but I haven't actually played like a good 3D horror game in a while, so I feel like that would be pretty cool to kind of tackle at some point. Next up on the list, I do have the box art of Ghost of Tsushima, but it wasn't this that I played, it was the DLC. So last month, I believe, September, Iki Island got announced, or not announced, but it got released. Ghost of Tsushima, by the way, if you guys have not played this came out last year. This was my game of the year of last year. I think this was such a phenomenal game. I had a blast playing through this. Great open world samurai game with really good combat, really good exploration. I also really enjoy the characters a lot. I feel like Jin and also Yuna being my favorite character in the game, were both really well-fleshed characters. Story was also really, really good. And this is pretty much more of that. So Iki Island, you pretty much get to discover, or explore rather, a whole new island, which kind of adds sort of like a chapter from the main game. I have not beaten it yet though, so I've gotten like a decent way in, but there are also like cool new things like archery challenges that were introduced that weren't in the main game, among some other things. I also get to, like, I guess, interact with monkeys, which is a pretty neat little side quest. You get to kind of just like speak with them, well, not speak with them, but you get to like play like these games, I guess. And they act as like collectibles. I forgot exactly what they do, but they do benefit you in some way. Overall, Ghost of Tsushima, highly recommend if you enjoyed the main game. If you have never played the main game, I do highly recommend it if you like open world games. Iki Island is just more Ghost of Tsushima, so I can't really say that it's a bad thing. It's honestly, it's been really, really good. And it's also just been good to kind of revisit this game after having not played it for a year. So I did already spoil it earlier, so Aragami 2. Again, I love the box art. This looks so clean. And that is the back. It's a little hard to see with the lighting, I do apologize. But yeah, essentially, again, I don't know anything about Aragami, so this is kind of like, I really don't know what else to say. It's pretty much stealth gameplay from what I gathered with the trailers and the gameplay videos. And yeah, that's just more of that. So Aragami 2. Still though, I am excited to eventually play it. And next up on the list is In Sound Mind. So I have this for the PS5. I don't know if this is only for the PS5, but I am currently Let's Playing this on my channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing kind of like a neat, cool new horror experience, this is essentially that. This came out very recently, I think from the time of this recording, came out a week ago. I am currently Let's Playing it, and I gotta say, so far I've only had like one episode currently on my channel, and it has really been a treat to play this game. So what it feels like is you kind of explore this establishment and you get to find tapes, and you use those tapes in tape recorders, and you get to live out sort of like the different fears of different people. That's what I've gathered so far. Again, I'm still in the very beginning of the game, but that's kind of what it looks like it's going towards. So far, I've only uncovered the very first monster, which was like a weird purple thing, and there was like this spirit lady in this one department store, I guess, where you have to kind of like lure her towards mirrors, and she doesn't want to look at herself. Kind of gives me a little bit of Little Nightmares vibes. You essentially go to these mirrors, she chases after you, and once you go to a mirror, she comes after you and she flees, essentially breaking the mirror. And it's kind of like gameplay like that. So far, I gotta say though, the game has been really cool. I'm very excited to eventually pick up and go back and do episode 2, 3, and so on. Seeing how this game turns out, I'm really excited to see how it ends up going in the end. So part 1 is already up on my channel. And the last physical game, so this is the big boy right here. I don't really get to talk about RPGs a lot on my channel because my channel really isn't centered around RPGs, but I do love JRPGs a lot. And one of my favorite series of all time, if not my favorite JRPG franchise, is the Tales series. So last month we got Tales of Arise, which I'm gonna go ahead and just show right here, but this is not the main thing I wanted to show. So we got the box art of here of Tales of Arise, and overall my favorite Tales game is Tales of Symphonia, followed closely by Vesperia. Those are like my number 1 and 2. On third place I had Xillia. I'm gonna tell you guys, this game right here actually is taking that spot from Xillia. This right here is quickly becoming my third favorite Tales game. Love the characters, I love the music by Moitoi Sakuraba, which has pretty much done the entire Tales series, as far as I know. Battle system is so good. Previously, I had given that honor to Graces for having the best battle system in a Tales series, but now I gotta say Arise honestly streamlined the battle system in the Tales games, and it is such a great time to be playing Alphen and Shion and battling enemies in this game with the combo system that it has that previous Tales games didn't. So that's pretty cool. You also get skill trees, you get outfits, you get to customize your characters with cosmetics and attachments like dogtails, glasses, bunny ears, all that cool stuff. Also, I gotta say the story so far has been really captivating. I so far have defeated 2 of the 5 lords. The boss battles are intense, like even more so than any of the other Tales games that I've ever played before. They really ramped up the epicness of the boss battles in Tales. So if you guys are interested in RPGs or on the fence of trying out a Tales game, for sure I highly recommend Vesperia. Honestly, I gotta say that's to me is still like the best Tales game. But Tales of Arise, if you want a more modern take of a Tales game, definitely pick it up. I also gotta say the beginning intro animation, the cinematic, if you will, so good. It feels like you're playing an anime, which I love. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite things with the Tales series is seeing the little opening intro cinematics by Ufotable. And I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but yeah, Ufotable, I think is his name. So good. I highly recommend it for you guys if you are into RPGs. But what I really wanted to show you guys is this right here. So I got the collector's edition thanks to my brother. He actually got it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the box right here. That is so sick. And this is the back. So you get to kind of see like what it comes with. It has the game, it has a steelbook, an art book, a statue, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And the physical game. So I have not opened it yet, by the way, but at some point I will open it up and put it in my game room. I have like a lot of stuff in my game room, by the way. It's like I hardly have space to really put it, so I kind of just have it out on the couch. So but at some point, whenever I do clean up my game room a bit and make some space, I will go ahead and put the statue there, because it is actually a really cool statue of the main 2 characters, both Alphen and Shion. So yeah, love Tales of Arise so far. I'm actually really dying to continue playing it. And last but not least, the last game that I have is a digital game, and that was the only digital game I believe that I got for September, and that is 12 Minutes. So I was originally planning on Let's Playing this game, but I decided against it because I thought it was going to be kind of like a shorter game that I can kind of get out of the way quickly and put like a video up showing you guys, but it ends up actually becoming like a 5-hour experience, so it was kind of a bit more of a commitment. But yeah, overall 12 minutes, I gotta say this game honestly took me for a ride, and I do not regret purchasing it because it is intense. That game starts off, you essentially are this husband, you walk into your apartment and you are stuck in a 10-minute loop. You have to pretty much find out what is going on between you, your wife, and a cop that enters your apartment after 4 minutes in. And if you can't solve the loop, you have to start over from the beginning until you eventually get enough clues to realize what is going on. Overall, like, I could not put the game down when I started playing it. I pretty much beat it in one sitting. The story just like twists and turns everywhere. It was really incredibly written. The voice acting was also really good. I highly recommend the game to any of you who are into mystery games. If you enjoy that type of subgenre of gaming, or if you're into kind of like top-down games, it is a very good game where your dialogue pretty much matters, and it's kind of like you're just putting pieces of a puzzle together, trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this cop showing up to your apartment? Why is he trying to like kill you and your wife? It's really crazy, but I really enjoyed it a lot. And I gotta say, I kind of want more games like that. I feel like we don't really get a lot of games that are kind of like these bite-sized, not really bite-sized because it's actually, again, it's 5 hours long, but it's really it's really contained, I should say. The game is very contained in one apartment, and that's pretty much it. You have to find everything pertaining to the story in this one apartment with these 3 characters. There's also a few side characters here and there, but you don't really get to see them. But yeah, that is it pretty much for the pickups for both the month of August and September. So if you guys are into collecting as well, please let me know what games you picked up recently. I would love to know. But yeah, this has been pretty much my games, and I gotta say, for next month, October, there is a lot of games coming out that I'm really excited for. There's also like a few games that I'm interested in Let's Playing coming out next month, so I'm very excited for when that comes out. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please do me a favor, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll be back with the next video on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.